Hey everybody, welcome back to James Plays Until Dawn. Last time we finished up with Mike and Jess. For the time being, something very spooky and troubling happened to them, which is why we are now playing as Sam, because we don't get to follow up on anything. Took a look around upstairs. Now Josh is talking about getting a frickin' Ouija board to invite his dead sisters over for the party, I guess.
Those things are a joke, man. They don't do shit.
Thank you.
No way, bro. I mean, we used to do it all the time, me and...
My dead
Well,
sisters.
Josh, no hot water's kind of a major oversight, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you just gotta fire up the boiler. It's in the basement. Alright, you guys see if you can find the spirit board.
Chris, let's go find it. It'll be like a scavenger hunt.
Okay. Guess so.
Brad, I mean, you're not gonna regret it. You up for a ride along?
Bring up Battleship while you're at it. Maybe Twister. I see something over here. Oh, interesting. Okay, she has no reaction to it. I thought this is a clue we've seen before. She might have a something different to say about it. We'll do just a quick exploration. That fire's sort of working. Does nobody light candles? Are they just for show?
No new messages.
Ah. Since we already played the message, I wonder if there would have been something different to be said. Well, that's what subsequent playthroughs are for, right? To get all the things you missed, to try out different story things, to go directly where Josh wants you to go instead of wandering around in the semi-dark. It's interesting to me how decorated this place is for what's supposed to be like a vacation home. It's like they lived here, but they didn't. Sometimes they lived here, but just,
Hey,
you know what I mean.
you notice how I gave Chris and Ash a mission together? Yeah, I was thinking they could use some alone time.
Well, we know Josh wants him to go for it. Let's endear ourselves to Josh, right?
And I just wish Chris would go for it. He's so paralyzed thinking she's gonna shoot him down.
It's not gonna happen.
Which thing?
Well, neither. If he doesn't go for it, which, knowing Chris, he won't unless someone's holding a gun to his head.
Oh, that's ominous. That sounds like something a parent would write on the back of a photo. We'll leave him hanging there for just a hot minute. Just making sure that the doorknobs work. They don't. You never know when we're going to be chased by a crazed murderer and need a quick escape route. And knowing which doors are locked and aren't, you know, good, handy advice. Handy information.
No, Sam,
Yes, Josh?
I just wanted to say...
What?
Hero
It really
Season
means
2
a lot
sucked.
to me that everyone came back this year, and you know that you came, Sam.
Josh, We're here for you. Really, whatever you need, whenever, we're all gonna make it through this. Together.
I want us to have a good time, you know? Hey, watch your step.
I think I can handle a little old set of stairs.
And let's see how that goes. So far, so good. This is a really far down basement, though. I see him over there.
Sorry to drag you down into the bowels.
Oh, just get me some hot water and I'll be super fine.
I mean, I wouldn't want you coming down here on your own, you know?
Well, it's definitely creepy down here.
Yep. Not a place to be on your own.
Oh. Shiny. Baseball bat. This will be perfect for your Harley Quinn cosplay, right?
Be pretty rough playing baseball out in all that snow.
No, it wasn't in the winter, silly. I mean, we'd come up in the summer and we would have the best time. The whole family was there. Mom, Dad,
My dead
my
sisters.
It was some serious competition out there on the big lawn. I don't know. Can't go back. New reality, right, Sam? Anyway, I'm supposed to be fixing this whole guy, right? Here, can you hold this?
What was that?
What was what? Just shine it here so I can see what I'm doing.
Chris and Ashley are down here, right?
Nice one.
Oh, I held my breath for that.
Okay, first things first. We gotta increase the water pressure before we get the boiler fired up.
Sounds kind of complicated.
No, it's actually pretty simple.
Yay!
That's more like it. All right. 5, girl. Yeah.
What the hell is that?
The pipes.
Could be a lot of things. None of them nice.
Quit it.
I'm just joshing you.
Dad
You're really freaked out.
jokes. Let's joke 'em back.
Oh my god. Don't move.
What?
Something behind you.
Yeah, right.
She doesn't like pranks, though. I mean, they did get people killed. But yeah, we're real good at jokes.
Ah, I gotcha. You were gonna look.
I was not.
You were too.
Honey, you're gonna have to do a whole lot better than that to freak me out, alright?
Wait, okay, so you hear that too, right? Josh,
What?
the rhythm's like weirdly regular.
Nothing regular about it.
Yeah, we should check it out together at all times.
Maybe we should go check
Maybe.
What if it's like a pipe that's about to burst or some problem with the furnace?
Unlikely.
If it were me, I wouldn't want this place to burn down on my watch.
It's Chris's
Yeah,
ass cheeks
right.
banging against the wall from all the sexy times he's having with Ashley, or by himself, or somebody else. I'm not, anything. Everybody just. Hey, you up?
Whoa! What the hell?
Hello. What? Hey.
Come on! Why are these doors locked?
To keep out strangers!
Fuck beans.
What?
Hey!
What the hell?
Are you kidding me?
You
son-
scam them.
What?
Nice one. That was good.
Wait,
Damn it.
why would you do that?
There's all this cool old movie crap down here. What was I? Was I not supposed to take advantage of the opportunity?
Are you serious? Were you in on this, Putz?
No, but I wish I was. That was too good.
Blood
I'm
Monastery.
ready to admit that your dumb little prank may have a slight whiff of humor.
Joke master.
Well, I said nothing about jokes. I said your prank, which was dumb.
Holy crap, you were scared. Admit it.
I was not.
Come on, you totally pissed yourself.
Josh.
Well, I pissed myself, so I hope you're
God's
happy.
name are you wearing?
I found my true calling.
Please tell me you're gonna take a vow of silence. Okay. Did you at least find the thingy?
Boing. Here's our one-way ticket to the spirit realm.
You know what? No. I've just been through enough spooking for one night, okay? I see a hot bath in my crystal ball. All right? So have fun. Oh, but watch out for that Josh. He's a schemer.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy. What? What? This was not like this when we were last here, Mr. Psychiatrist.
I would like to understand your feelings toward people of fear, isolation, loneliness. Do you share this fear?
What is with this? That's a real ass snake. Oh, I see what's going on. You're playing on our fears that we yeah, I got you. Because we said we didn't like snakes. Now here's a freaking snake.
Is that so? Because that's not reflected in the way you are playing your game, now is it?
Did I pick wrong? Yes, I share this feeling of fear of isolation. Right? I was distracted by the snake, and I'm going to say that's the game's intention.
And now, let us investigate your feelings toward other people in greater depth. What you value, what you respect in yourself and others. Which would you say was most important in a person, loyalty or honesty?
Oh. Aren't they kind of one and the same when you look at it? It's kind of a coin toss. Let's say honesty, though. It sounds a little less douchey.
So, you would tell the truth, even if it resulted in an unpleasant outcome for a friend. And what about honesty then? And charity?
Okay. You're making me think about... This is way too real, game. I'm kind of forgetting that I'm playing a game.
I suppose better to be true to yourself than to help others in need, eh? Oh, once again, I'm afraid we're out of
You're
time.
making me self-reflect
We'll
too
talk
much.
again soon.
Okay, I should be a chapter break. So we're done with the chapter. Yay, we're done with the chapter.
It was just a prank, Han.
Today is the one-year anniversary of the dreadful tragedy of Hannah and Beth Washington, the twins who are still missing.
I know it would mean so much to Hannah and Beth that we're all still here together. And I'm thinking of them.
Whoa, hello. Somebody's getting a little friendly.
Boom. Butterfly effect.
Excuse me? Did you say something? Oh, did you not hear me? Was your sluttiness?
Stop it! Mike, why don't you check out the guest cabin, the one I told you about?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Did you hear that? What in God's name are you wearing?
Here's our one-way ticket to the spirit realm.
Watch out for that Josh. He's a schemer.
Well, that's how it's gonna be. Yes? Jess?
So, it says here, to communicate with the spirit world, you must free your mind of all preconceptions, drop all inhibitions, and generally give yourself over entirely to the will of others, sublimating your every desire to the whims of the spirit master, which is me.
It doesn't say that.
And all present will remove their garments at my sole discretion.
Chris, come on, this is serious.
I'm deadly serious.
Oh, shush it. Let's try this.
Yes, please.
Okay, then. Let's see what happens. Ashley, since you're a recent convert, why don't you be our medium for today?
So next time we're going to be taking a parlor game way too freaking seriously. And that makes me unreasonably annoyed. So I will see you guys next time. Made it through a chapter. Had some fun, had some laughs, had some spooks. And after all said and done, I still love you, baby. Mwah. Hey everybody, just doing a little chapter wrap-up here, if you will. Collecting some things that I missed in my blind playthrough, going back through the totem visions, and just sharing some thoughts and speculation. Now, in Chapter 2, surprisingly, I only missed one item, and it was a totem, and it's right here. Look at that. Just a whole other little section here with Matt and Sam. There's the totem right there, but first let's go and talk to these guys.
Matt! Been a while. Look all weird without your helmet and jersey.
Yeah, been a tough one. Good to see you.
And of course, we want to be friendly.
So how's it hanging?
Pretty good, man. Can't complain. You?
Oh, you know, same old, same old.
Cool.
Now let's go give Sam a quick poke.
So, seen Ash yet?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. How's she doing?
She's fine. Why?
No reason.
Alright. Nice little smug business there from Sam. Let's go take a look at this totem. That's some good guidance there. Now with that, we've gotten all the clues and totems up to this point. So I'm going to just go back through all the totems we've collected, just scrutinize them a little bit more. First up is the death totem that Beth finds while searching for Hannah. Obviously, this has already come to pass, happened pretty quickly, and I'm 99% sure that this outcome was unavoidable, just kind of showing us how totems work. Speaking of showing us how totems work, there's the guidance totem that Sam finds by the totem description sign. And boy oh boy, did this one give me some trouble, huh? Yeah, I was way off there. I could blame it on the brightness settings on my TV, or just not knowing the characters. It really just boils down to me not being as observant as I want to be moving forward. So, yeah. Now let's take a look at the totem we just got on our replay. Some very interesting things to unpack here. You slow it down, you can see that it's a pale, ghoulish arm reaching up through some planks of wood, and then it retracts, and we suddenly have a bear trap clamping down on the fingers of some male character. It's hard to say who, but that does appear to be a Caucasian hand, which might narrow things down, and they don't appear to be wearing a winter coat. When you look a little bit further on here, you can see that they're wearing an undershirt. So they're in some state of undress. And that's something that we will have to be looking out for in the future. Next up is the lost totem that Chris finds in the storage room. Pretty clearly shows Emily getting a very bad burn. If you compare it to a picture of her in her unburnt state, you can see the hairstyle's the same, the hair color's the same, and the jacket's the same. So unless there's a twin that we have yet to meet, we need to be keeping Emily away from fire. Alright, this one is the danger totem that Mike finds right outside the generator shed. It shows Ashley getting popped in the face by a member of Slipknot. I'm not quite sure what to make of this. Let's analyze it a little bit more, though. Ashley is not wearing her coat, so this presumably takes place indoors, possibly in the cabin. And the person who attacks her, I really hope that's a mask, but we haven't really seen any indication of a character like this. Very different in appearance from the person that's stalking us in the woods. And towards the end here, you can see they appear to be wounded. So that's just more stuff for me to keep in mind. And finally, we have a combo with the fortune totem found in the mineshaft and the lost totem found on the other side of the rock slide. Both appear to show the same scenario, with Jess going through a bit of an ordeal, except in one version of the scenario, she makes it out alive, and the other one not so much. And if that's the case, then this is our first indication that totems can show multiple outcomes for the same scenarios, and something to be aware of moving forward that might be helpful. For example, in this case, I know Jess is going to have a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, but now I also know she can get through it. Hopefully, if I do everything right. Now here's one thing that I just wanted to note, but I had nowhere else to put it, so I'm just going to put it here. When you're playing as Chris going through the house, you actually do have an opportunity to pick up a number of the same clues that I later picked up with Sam. So that means there are at least some opportunities where you can miss something with one character and pick it up with another character, so long as they're going to be in the same area and nothing's changed. Something that will hopefully keep me from missing too much. But another thing that I found quite interesting is when Chris is upstairs, the door to Hannah's room is shut, and there's no way for Chris to interact with it. But later, when we're playing as Sam, that door is wide open. Now, it could just be for the sake of gameplay. This is a video game after all. You know, keep doors shut that Chris has no reason to go into. Keep you on the path. But maybe it's not. Maybe it is something. And if it is something, no other character would have been upstairs between the time Chris was and the time Sam was. And when Sam leaves the bathroom, she does hear a loud thud that she comments on. So, I just wanted to point it out in case this actually does have some sort of relevance later on. I can pat myself on the back for being on the ball. Now I just want to take a moment, just speculate a little bit about our mystery man. Possibly mystery men. But for the sake of things, let's just focus on all of this as if it were one person. And that person is Victor Milgram. We first see the wanted poster by the cable cars. And that is dated 1998. Later, when Chris is in the house, we find a newspaper clipping talking about his conviction. And that's dated 1997. So it appears he was arrested, tried, convicted, and then got away. And that's why he was wanted. That's why they were looking for him. Then we have the answering machine message. It doesn't name anybody by name, but it talks about somebody getting out of prison, being a free man, nothing that could be done about that. Let's presume that's Victor Milgram. He was caught and went to jail, and then he either got out right on time, based on his sentence, or he got out earlier. It's hard to say. He got 16 years for his crimes, but then running away, being a wanted man, who knows what kind of time that would have added. And now something that I found to be a little strange. Something strange in this game? I know, but hear me out. Listed under the collection of clues for the mystery man is this invitation from Sam to Hannah, Beth, and Josh. And it seems a little odd. Why would that be categorized as a clue for the mystery man as opposed to a clue for Hannah and Beth? And then I thought about the picture on the front of it. The same picture that the analyst shows us in our first meeting with him. And that's no accident. That's a deliberate choice that the developers made. And the fact that this invitation with this picture on it is somehow connected to the mystery man, it makes me quite curious as to who we're supposed to be playing as in those sessions. And now we have to presume that our stalker is Victor Milgram. But if that's the case, there's some very interesting things going on with his behavior. In the information we have about him, it seems he's made threats to the Washington family. He wants to get revenge on them, wants to hurt them very badly. And upon my first playthrough, my initial reactions were that our masked stalker person
Hold on!
was chasing down Hannah and Beth, wanting to kill them. Gets them fall over the edge of a cliff. Boom. Mission accomplished. But rewatching things, replaying things, thinking about things, I'm not so sure that's the case. I mean, look at this moment, for example. My initial thought was a killer looming over his victims. But look at his arm. Look at the way he's reaching out. It's like he wants to pull them up, rescue them, save them, which is kind of the opposite of what a killer does. So he's either really bad at being a killer, or he doesn't want them to die. And what about how we got here? The chase. You know, we see through the eyes of whoever or whatever is after them. And it's not exactly what I would call normal human vision. Now you could say, well, he's wearing goggles, they could be thermal goggles. That's fine, except for two things. The first is there's some noises that accompany this chase, and they're not exactly what I would call normal human noises. The other thing is we do see through the eyes of somebody later on, a year later when the kids are approaching the house, presumably the same person that we're seeing here. And the vision is quite normal, which would suggest that we are seeing from the perspectives of two different entities. And finally, let's talk about the fire. Okay, Victor Milgram convicted of arson, somebody going around with a flamethrower, fine. That all lines up nicely, no mystery there. But why is he up here with a flamethrower? And again, you might say, well, you know, to terrorize the kids, to kill the kids with or something. That's his signature. But he was at the house. He was watching them at the house. Why would he suddenly run out into the middle of the woods to start, you know, shooting off his flamethrower? I don't necessarily think that he's using it to terrorize the kids. I think he's using it to fight someone else or something else. So if that is the case, and all of this is correct, that does beg the question of what is up in these mountains.
Did you hear that?
And now let's finish things off by going back to the totems. Every time I pick up a totem, I unlock another little snippet of a video. So I'm going to show you what I have so far, and every couple of chapters, depending on how many totems I get along the way, I'll show you the updated version of the video.
Sometime after the prospectors, until a cave-in trap and driven mad murderers. Human flesh. And many hunts